Hello. I had just a few minutes and I wanted to post a really quick and easy card. I call this the Christmas door card, and you're using just white paper. 11 by 4.5 squared at 5.5 gives you your base. So your standard card size and just plain old white paper. I'm using textured, but you can use plain old white paper. And we're just going to make a door out of this card. And so we need 4 door panels, 2 tall ones, and the tall ones are 2.5 by 1.5. And we're going to have 2 square panels, and both of these are 1.5 squared. All right, so that's basically all you need. I'm going to bevel these, and so I'm going to use Simply Scored, and I love using Simple Scored for this. This is totally optional. And I'm just going to lay my panels down, and using the lines on Simply Scored, I'm going to create a bevel in my door panels. Again, this is optional. I like to create patterns using Simply Scored on my paper, and it's kind of fun, so play with this. You can create rectangles, triangles on paper. You can create your own little embossed story using Simply Scored. But in this case, I'm taking it really plain and simple. I have the paper down, face down, because it's textured, and I've just created a bevel. And I'm not killing myself trying to make it perfect. I'm just creating a bevel. And Simply Scored makes that easy because you just run your stylus right along that line and you get beautiful beveling. So I did that for all 4 panels, and then I put the Simply Scored aside. And then I wanted to stamp a little greeting. So I was badly prepared for this video, so I just grabbed a stamp that was behind me, so I have no idea where I got this stamp from. But what you need on this panel is a small stamp. It can say Merry Christmas, it can say Merry, it can say whatever you'd like. This one says Deck the Halls. But just find a small stamp in your collection that will fit on that panel. And that's going to be the panel on the lower right hand side. So I'm just going to I'm going to actually save that panel for last because the ink is drying. I decided, I don't know why, you could use any kind of ink at all, but I chose craft ink. And so because I chose craft ink, I have to give it a little extra time to dry. And I am putting 4 stamping dimensionals on these panels. Some people might say that's too much, but that's what I felt like doing, so that's what I did. And so I'm going to just line these up, and you're going to see this kind of poorly in the video because of the way I have this set up. But you're going to put 2 tall panels towards the bottom of the card, and the 2 shorter panels, or the 2 square panels, right on top of each of these rectangular panels. So you end up with 2 square at the top and two rectangles at the bottom. And you can't see me laying down the top one. I'm very sorry. That's a mistake I made with the camera, and I didn't really have time to redo this. So I'm assuming you can imagine a square on top of that rectangle. I apologize for that. So, but your goal is, and that's what makes this card so easy. Just line up 2 rectangles on the bottom and line up 2 squares above them. And in a minute, you're going to see this. So after I get all of these panels down, which I've already done here, I'm going to use my Crop-A-Dile, and I'm going to punch a hole towards the middle of the right-hand side of the card. And this is going to be for my doorknob. And I actually used a real red brad, a small one, but you could make your doorknob anything you'd like to make it. So I suggest a brad because that's easy, but it could also be a button that you stick on. Your doorknob could be whatever. Be creative with your doorknob if you want to. I wanted mine to be indiscreet, but still obviously a doorknob. So I chose a real red small brad for my doorknob. And I love the final touch to this card is our new, like we have this set of felt embellishments for Christmas that I just love. I'll put the materials in the description of the video so you have the item numbers. But I just love these felt embellishments. They have depth to them. They're beautiful. They're soft. They're kind of fun to touch. And so I just use regular old glue dots on my, this is a wreath in this case. And the glue dots are placed so that they're on either side of the wreath. It doesn't have to go all the way around, because of the dimension on the card. Since the panels are raised, you really just want the glue dots to touch the two panels that the wreath is on top of. So you make sure your glue dots are on either side as opposed to top and bottom. You decide about where you want, and finally I got the point and moved this down, but you decide about where you want your red little berries to show. You could be in the middle, it could be over to the right, whatever. But that's it. That's the whole card. This is the easiest, fastest card in the West. I think it took all of 5 minutes to do the card and 10 minutes to do the video, which is amazing. So enjoy, check it out, try it with different stamps and embellishments. This is a fun little clean and simple card.